it's now 1, 2, 3 o'clock. And what we're seeing here is that while the ground is not so susceptible at this present moment, if snow continues to fall at a very fast rate, which we are seeing now inside the perimeter, the ground will automatically start cooling because frozen precip is hitting it. So that's why we're concerned about these things just kind of going left fast.
Yeah. Gosh, Jonathan, that makes me wonder if we should anticipate even more accumulation, or if you think that that's a sign that this storm isn't as bad as one might have thought.
I think it's way too early to call. I don't think, Alex, do you mind to take control of this computer and zoom out? Because he was showing me earlier that the general suggestion here of the forecast as we take a look now is that we're going to get moisture that is basically all of this up here. As you look up 75, 575, we've had reports of snow in Waleska there. Canton, you're obviously getting something. All of this has to keep on streaming southward. So as you move up to Gordon County there, just to the east of I-75 into Bartow County, and of course Cherokee and Pickens in the mix there, this has to flow southward. So for those of you in Cobb County who've been getting some pretty steady snow falling, especially in Smyrna down to Mableton, I would expect all of this to continue to train southward. And as it does, that will likely eventually move into Fulton County. The epicenter of the dry slot was DeKalb County. I had people texting me in DeKalb. I live in DeKalb. We are in DeKalb, and we're like, what's going on? When is it going to happen? And this is now the window of opportunity. So it's really, at this point in time, we're at 1:33. Over the next 3 to 4 hours, I see all of this continuing to drift southward. And as it does, I think we're going to be able to run up some numbers. Keep in mind also the temperature is dropping. And so look at this little convergence here. Jess, yeah, this is another healthy band that Alex is drawing right now. And this is the focus for the better part of the day has been on North Gwinnett. Really, once you got up here to the split, where you peel off to head out into Barrow County, Athens, all that stuff there in Lawrenceville from I-75, or excuse me, I-85, that's where we saw the extent of the snow. So once we got to, I say, Tucker, once you got into Peachtree Corners, you weren't really seeing snowfall. Now you all are starting to get that. And so that's what we're going to see is kind of this converging of two areas that were left out initially, that likely being most of DeKalb County, even parts of Fulton County. But as you get closer to the DeKalb-Gwinnett line, now we're starting to see those snow swaths really start to skip the county lines there. So Stone Mountain, even as far south as Avondale Estates, getting up into Chamblee, Doraville, I think we're going to start to see, look at this little lobe right here that will be moving over Johns Creek right there, just to the north of the county line of Gwinnett and Fulton. That's going to continue to train over. Thank you, Alex, for moving that. So Alpharetta right there, Johns Creek right there, Barkley Lake right there, Roswell, you can see. 140 right there. That's where you're going to start to get a really pretty good swath of snow, and that's going to continue once again to actually move into DeKalb and into southern portions of Gwinnett County. Because you haven't seen snow yet. You're going to likely start seeing it over the next few minutes. This is really starting to pulse up in a pretty alarming way. And I think if we're not careful, there will be people who have been out and about for the better part of the day, or who haven't seen snow, or perhaps because they haven't seen snow, they think the coast is clear. And I want to say, pump your brakes, hold your horses, because if this continues to be like this over the next 2 to 3 hours, we're likely going to end up getting closer to an inch of accumulation that we thought we were probably outside the window of.
So, John, hold on 1 second. If we could, and I don't know if they can do this, pull up the camera that shows the Lenox Road, Georgia 400 corridor, the traffic camera in Buckhead.
Looks like Alex is on it right now. Appreciate this all hands on deck situation.
Yeah, but the reason I asked, Jonathan, I'm going to come back to it, is, you know, you guys keep talking. There's the interchange right there. Like 10 minutes ago, it was really, really snowy. Doesn't look too bad right now, but as you say, these are fast-moving bands of snow that can suddenly start accumulating on the roadway there. Thankfully, it doesn't look like nearly anybody is out on the roads right now. But is there a story tomorrow where up in the further reaches of Gwinnett and some of those outlying counties where they have significant amounts of snow and precipitation on the ground and the temperatures take a dive? Is there a story out there tomorrow where people are going to have to be super duper careful out on the roadways because there's going to be a ton of frozen precip left behind?
It's going to actually be a factor of human interaction. So there are certain areas, and I think Tara Tabor really showed this well in one of her live hits, I believe it was, where there's slush that's being created as a result of people trudging through snow on the roadways. And those are going to be the icier areas where you've had friction or interaction with that snowfall that was actually on a surface. Those are the trickier spots because that turns to liquid sometimes because of the friction, and oftentimes it will refreeze, and that creates a better sheet of ice than just snow that is sitting there on the ground for hours at a time. So it will be the areas that have already been trod, the areas that people thought were okay, that end up, leading to some other issues. Now this is North Fulton County, taking you up past Alpharetta. This would be getting closer to the the Fulton Forsyth County line, McFarland Parkway, State Route 400 there, moving northbound, and this is pretty significant there. And it looks like I think this may be a freeze frame here, but it looks like there's some vehicles there. I'm not sure if they're disabled though, but you can see here road conditions deteriorating quickly. So this is just to the north of the Fulton Forsyth line in Forsyth County at McFarland Parkway. Alex, what are you saying?
I was going to jump in, actually, Jonathan, if you don't mind. Yeah. What I appreciate about this platform is that we're able to answer people's questions in real time. Yeah. So I appreciate that you have been able to talk about some of our coworkers' commute, what we're going to go out there and experience shortly. But some people are asking specifically about Rome and Athens. So we've got a question coming from TJ Theo 3584, who must not have been able to see some of what Miles Garrett was showing us in the past hour, the conditions there. So they specifically want to know if they can make it from Athens to Rome for an event. And I feel like Miles's live shot was really telling, but what are you able to show to address that specific question?
Athens to Rome, Athens, Georgia to Rome, Georgia. I wouldn't try it today. I'm just going to be blatantly honest with you. There are too many secondary roads between Athens and Rome. Rob DiRienzo has been trying to make his way into Athens and really got stuck there in Gwinnett County. What you're looking at here is another radar that we have to work with here. But if you were to get on 29 or 78 for that matter, 29 or 78, no matter how you want to get, those are your two options to get to 85 or to get into the Atlanta metro area from Athens, from Clark County. Clark, Oconee counties, if you need to get out, you could possibly take 129 that takes you up to Jefferson and 85 there, but it's really 29 or 78. That's the only way out. And you're going to run into issues in Barrow County. There's Winder there, maybe not in Winder proper. If you take a trip through Walton County, that's not going to work because once again, and keep in mind, while we do treat these roads like they're interstates, these are highways. And so they work to keep them clear, but they will also collect precipitation or accumulation much faster than other roads. Guys?
All right. A lot of people talking about the airport and getting in and out of Hartsfield-Jackson. Is this the kind of weather that inhibits air travel? Or, I mean, we know that planes can take off and land in the snow, certainly. Haven't heard of significant delays, but a lot of people on our chat wondering about the airport.
Yeah, with the temperature continuing to go down, I don't think there will be so many issues in terms of the tarmac because Alex and I have been looking at that, and here's the live lookout right now. But what you're going to find with the temperature being at some 23 degrees right now in Atlanta is the de-icing factor. And de-icing is something that it happens faster. You guys know this. You've been in Boston and Chicago. they can de-ice a plane there quickly. Here in Atlanta, we don't de-ice planes so quickly.
Yeah.
So for your afternoon, late afternoon, and evening flights, I don't think they're going to be in exact peril because of the current weather situation in terms of the atmosphere. But with the temperature dropping and there being precip out there, they're going to have to likely start their de-icing efforts, and that just creates delays. That's as simply as I can possibly put it. That will be the attendant issue until they're back. And it looks like, at this present moment that there is no accumulation sticking there. But you have to consider where you're flying to. If you're trying to fly into the Carolinas, it's a no-go for today.
Yeah. We've seen planes coming in and out, so it looks like things are running there. Okay, Jonathan, thanks. Our winter weather continues now. I want to bring you up to Gainesville.
Yeah, Tara Jabor has been showing us the conditions there. At last check, they were quite slushy. Is the snow still falling significantly where you are?
But it's a lot less than what we were seeing about an hour ago. This is Jesse Jewell Parkway over here, and as you can see, the roads, they look pretty good right now. They are a lot clearer than what we showed you guys just an hour ago, but of course there still is that slush. Now they got about 3 inches of snow so far here in Gainesville. Hall County is asking people to stay off the roads. They really want people to not be on the roads if you don't have to be on the ice water when it's really windy. So the wind is definitely another weather factor out here.
Yeah, we just saw one of the plows move behind you. Give us your cross street again on the main drag there where you are.
Yeah, this is Jesse Jewell Parkway right here. And then the parkway that crosses this is Queen City Parkway. So this is a really busy part of Gainesville. There's a lot of shops and restaurants and stores that are
Heavily trafficked area, which sometimes can help in this situation when you're getting the tires, all that traction on the roadway. It can help get rid of some of that precip that accumulated there. So Tara Jabor, we appreciate you being our eyes, and we will check back in with you soon. Thanks. We do want to focus our attention now on Gwinnett County, that has really just been the snow blanket of the afternoon. I'm curious to see if the snow is still falling.
Conditions have been pretty bad there. Let's get up to Annie Mapp, who's all bundled up, scarf now, Annie, wrapped around you. Looks as bad now as it was when we last checked in with you.
Shaking her head, no.
It is. Brrr, I'm freezing. It's way colder than when we spoke to you. I think about
Rockdale, making your way further out 20, also for Walton County, and we will even throw Morgan County in the mix as basically these two bands are just kind of clustering together. We call this a convergence zone, if you will, and that's where we could see some pretty solid snow bursts over the next, I'd say, hour to hour and a half. I'm going to walk you through the timing of all of this, especially as we approach the 2 o'clock hour.
All right, Jonathan, thanks. And we want to thank you for streaming with us here on Fox Local. It's been a fun few hours seeing what's happening across the area. I'm Tom Hayes.
And I'm Alex Whitler. Hopefully you got your questions